would say the most popular thing for people to do is when they want to lose weight, they say, okay, I got to drop weight. I'm going to cut my carbs. And I think in their mind, they're thinking, I mean, no one thinks like, oh, I got to lose weight. I better stop eating so much oatmeal or so many vegetables or I'm eating too many yams, you know. I think in their mind what they're thinking is they need to cut their um I think they think of carbs as just anything in a package. Uh Junk. I think what they're really trying to say is they need to cut their junk out, okay? The junk food, which junk is full of sugar and fat, you know? I mean, that's I mean, I guess that's why they say I'm going to cut my carbs, but they think of it like that in the beginning, but they end up like not wanting to eat any carbs. So they try to live on protein and fat alone, and the reason they see a drop in the scale is because if we go back to the science, for every gram of carb you eat, you hold 5 to 6 grams of water. Okay. So if you cut your carbs out, you're going to see a drop because you're going to drop that water weight, of course. And I mean, that's a great thing. I mean, I'm not saying dropping water is bad because I've always said I'd rather be a higher percent body fat holding no water than to be a low body fat, but holding water because water, I mean, you're bloated, your muscles smooth out. You have no definition because the water covers everything and you feel heavy, you know? So no one wants water weight. Then, okay, so it can be good. You drop some water weight, but carbs are fuel. Okay. So that's what gives us the energy to do stuff. Okay. In the form of glucose. And when you're so first you drop the water weight, then you have no glucose coming in. And so your body is not burning up carbs as fuel. There's no carbs there to burn, there's no glucose. So it starts dipping into fat, which is great. I mean, we want to burn fat, right? But then it burns some fat. And I mean, that's good. And we're all different how long your body will burn fat before it starts dipping into muscle. Okay. So when your body is not getting the glucose, your pituitary has to start making its own glucose. We refer to that as our bodies being in a state of ketosis. Your brain is having to make its own glucose, okay? And your body is burning fat. Now, how long your body burns fat, it's different for everyone. But once it gets kind of like sick of burning fat, because it's not going to keep burning fat because it's going to think, I mean, your body thinks, oh my gosh, well, I can't just keep burning up all this fat because I need fat for survival. I need some fat. So let me just start burning up some lean muscle mass, you know? So your body starts burning the lean tissue. And the problem here is the more muscle you have, the higher your metabolism is, okay? Because the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn just sitting here. I could sit here like this all day long with 100 pounds of muscle. And I'm just making these numbers up, by the way. And let's just say if I had 100 pounds of muscle, I'm burning 1,000 calories a day just by sitting here. If I did nothing but sit here like this, I have 100 pounds of muscle and I burn 1,000 calories a day. Now, let's say that my body is in ketosis, it starts burning up muscle tissue and I drop 10 pounds of lean muscle mass. Now I only have 90 pounds of muscle mass. I'm not going to still burn 1,000 calories at rest. I'm going to sit here doing nothing. I'm not going to burn 1,000 calories anymore. I'm going to sit here, do nothing. And all of a sudden now I'm only going to burn, I don't know, 600 calories per day. Okay. So that's why we all want to keep our muscle. It burns. Muscle is dense. It's hard. Okay. Muscle is hard, fat is soft. Okay. Now, none of us want to look soft and pudgy. Okay. I mean, I've just never had a client come in and say, I want to get a little softer, not have so much definition. I don't want to be so hard. When people poke me, I don't want it to like be hard. I want it to be floppy. I want it to like flop around and stuff like that. No one's ever said that to me. No one has ever come to me and asked to get softer muscles and a softer body. Okay. That just doesn't happen. Here is what I see happen with people. Some of these people can last months on a low carb or no carb diet. Okay. I mean, they can last quite a long time. But the minute they come off of that and they eat a carb, or they might be able to get away with eating like one carb here or there. But once they start eating a little bit of carbs regularly, remember what we said in the beginning, for every gram of carb you eat, you hold 5 to 6 grams of water. They kind of trained their body. They're like, there's no water there. Like they're not used to those carbs. So now they eat a little bit of carbs and all of a sudden they start ballooning up with water. And of course, they don't feel good because no one wants water weight, like we said. I mean, it doesn't feel good. Their body is very sensitive to that, to carbs now. They have trained their body to be sensitive to carbs. Okay, so that's problem number one. Problem number two, they have burnt up muscle mass and they have decreased their metabolism, so they can't get away with eating as much as they used to. When I see people go on these low carb diets, they think they're going to lose weight and they're going to maintain it for the rest of their lives. It's not a lifestyle. The research shows you don't just gain your weight back, you gain more than that, than what you started with in the beginning. So now you're at a higher weight than you were when you first said you wanted to lose weight. And it gets harder and harder and harder. I feel like a low carb is okay in the beginning if it's monitored and we modify a little bit. But in the very beginning, if you're the type of person that needs to see big results right away just to get that motivation, I get that, because I'm that way too. Like, and a lot of it, like some people don't need that though. And that's great, but I'm not one of those people. I need to see things happen right. I need something drastic in the beginning. So if you need to be on like, okay, let's cut this back for a few days, okay, and then we like come up a little bit, there's a way to do it. But no, I mean, this is not a lifestyle. Eventually, like we can do things to, I mean, there are things you can do to get results, like somewhat drastic results in the beginning. And then you ease into this lifestyle. Yeah, like a lifestyle. But in the long run, you are going to be much more successful, much happier. You're going to have less stress if you just do things the right way. Make it a lifestyle. Don't try to do these crazy fads, because there is no such thing as a magic pill. There's no magic, okay? Because if I have been in this industry for 30 years, I've worked with professional athletes, I've worked with people getting them off their diabetes medications, I've worked with people learning how to walk again after a stroke or a car accident, I mean, all kinds of things, okay? And I'm telling you, if a magic pill existed, I mean, people in this field researchers would have found it, okay? You can't hire someone to exercise for you. You can't hire someone to eat a good diet for you. You can hire someone to cook for you. That's great. But you have to eat the food. Okay. You have to do the work. Okay. And I'm telling you, it is worth it. I mean, it feels good. I mean, you got to look at like, this is not a punishment. I have this temple. God gave me the body and I do this to take care of it because it's a privilege to, I mean, people used to say like, oh my gosh, I hate leg day. Oh, I wish I didn't have to train legs. But I would praise God that I get to train legs. I have legs to train. That's the way I've always looked at it. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so blessed that I have these legs to train, or I have this body to take care of. Okay. So we just have to, it's a little different mindset. As you get into it, then you get more like that. Like it's fun taking care of your body, and you have to look at the junk, the types of foods that are out there that are junk. That is poison in your body. You don't want to put that poison in your body. Okay. You just don't want that. Think of how that is going to make you feel later. Okay. That's what you have to think of. You've got to think, when I eat this or when I don't work out, you got to think of the consequence. Okay, how am I going to feel afterwards? Oh my gosh, I'm going to eat, like for me, my weaknesses. I'm going to eat all that bread and that pizza and that chocolate. Those are my downfalls, okay? And what am I going to feel like? Now, one day a week, once in a while, it's not really a big deal. But I'm talking about 80 to 90% of the time. Like, how am I going to feel if this is a regular thing? Like, and that just makes you not want, if you think about how bad you feel when you eat certain things, or when you don't get a workout in, or you don't stretch, or you don't work on your mobility and things like that. That's what you got to think about, okay? But yeah, I mean, fad diets, I mean, it's not, I mean, I would not do them because, I mean, I wouldn't even get involved, okay? Because it is going to hold you back and it's frustrating. And then you're not just starting over, you're starting from you're going to end up starting from further away from your goal than where you were to begin with. Okay, so I mean, I don't recommend doing that. All right, go out and make it a great day.